Hi ladies! Today I wanted to share with you two of my favorite Eucharistic miracle stories. The first one is called the Corporal of Bolsena, and this one happened in Italy. And it's about a priest who was experiencing doubts about transubstantiation, which we know is during Mass when the bread and wine are transformed into Jesus' body and blood. And obviously we can't see it, but we know that it does happen. And so this priest, he was saying Mass, and he was doubtful about this, and during the transubstantiation, the host started bleeding onto the corporal, which is the liturgical cloth on the altar, and as the story goes, he immediately ran to the Pope, who was visiting town, and confessed his sin of doubt, and showed him the cloth, the bleeding cloth, and that corporal still remains on display to this day at the Cathedral of Orvieto. So that's fun. And the second story is my personal favorite miracle story, especially Eucharistic miracle story. It's called the Miracle of Lanciano, which also takes place in Italy. So this one, another priest was experiencing doubts about the real presence of Jesus in the Eucharist, and so he was saying Mass, and when he said the words, "This is my body, this is my blood," the host transformed into human flesh, and the wine turned to blood. And obviously this was very alarming to him. So word of this miracle quickly spread, and the local archbishop launched an investigation, and eventually the church did approve the miracle. And this is probably the most widely known Eucharistic miracle. And you can actually still go visit this flesh and blood at the Church of San Francesco in Lanciano, Italy. And fun fact, in 1971, there was a professor who conducted an analysis of the flesh and blood, and he determined that the flesh was from cardiac tissue, which is from the heart, and that the blood was actually fresh blood, as opposed to have been 12,000 years old, or 1,200 years old, sorry. And there was no trace of preservatives, which really just gives power to this miracle, because this happened 1,200 years ago, and yet there's nothing to say that it's actually this old. So that's really cool. So yeah, those are two of my favorite Eucharistic miracle stories. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll see you soon.